All stand for the flag salute. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All council meetings in order. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda. Move second, approve the agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those
Pardon
opposed?
me, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, we want to amend the agenda.
Amend the agenda to include an executive session.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to amend the agenda. We need to have an executive session on item number 1675. You hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Sorry about that. Motion carried 4-0. Public forum, limited to agenda items only. Don't see anybody. So we'll move on to approval of the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion by the council in regards to the consent agenda? Any items you wish to discuss? There being none.
Oh, wait, I had one.
Okay, go ahead.
This business license for 701 Cafe, what kind of a menu or food do they serve? Does anybody know?
It's the food truck that has been down at Marion Auto. I don't honestly
think
know
it's
what they
Mexican
have. I
food.
think that, yeah, like
Right.
wraps
I
and.
believe it is.
It's wraps and salads, because I see them over in Hillsborough on Wednesdays for Tuesdays.
And they're just here, they're not here every week, it's just kind of random times, so.
Just curious.
Any further discussion?
May I just give a quick comparison? You're approving the treasurer's report, and with COVID and everything going on this year, I just wanted to let you know, right now, operating cash on hand, we're $78,208 less than last year.
Okay.
So overall, I mean, we're now 10 months through the year, and we've been able to minimize the net impact down to just 78,000 less than last year.
Okay, very good. Anything further? Call for the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Award of CDBG CV Round 2 grants. Randy?
Thank you. In your package, you should, do they have the stuff from, yeah, okay. You should see the report from, what I still call Ransom Financial, regarding 2 additional grants. $9,000 to Gambino's and $9,000 to Mike's Barbershop. There's another $8,000 to the food bank under the other category. So, in a little bit, you'll be being asked to approve a drawdown in the amount of $29,500. This leaves us on the business side with $9,000 yet, and I know they are visiting with another applicant tomorrow, so.
Okay. Is there any questions for the council? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the award of Round 2 grants.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried 4-0. CDBG-CV Administrative Services drawdown. Tiffany?
Okay, so with that being approved, the drawdown is for, to request the monies for those, 3 grants, as well as $3,500 for Rosemary's Administrative Services. So it's a total of
29.5.
$29,500 for this drawdown.
Okay. Any discussion with the council, questions? There being none, I'll draw down for administrative purposes, the CDBG grant. Second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried 4-0. Number 8, holiday schedule discussion. Tiffany?
Okay, so we've had some employee, inquiry about our holiday dates, for the city, the dates that were closed. And so I did a little research, so I provided in the packets the holiday listing for the county and for Central National Bank, which is the bank that we currently bank with, and then for the post office as well. There are 3 days that each of those entities, take off or have off for holiday, that we do not. And that includes Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President's Day, and Columbus Day. And so we just wanted to ask council what your thoughts were on those days. When the county's closed, we can't pick up trash. We can't do any kind of business through the bank because the banks are closed, and we don't receive mail or can't mail anything out because the post office is closed on those days as well. So it's kind of difficult for us to conduct business, but I mean, we always have in the past, but we thought it won't hurt to ask council what your guys' thoughts are on that.
Got any thoughts?
I do. I took the liberty to check with our sister cities, Hillsborough, Peabody, Lawrence, and they don't recognize these holidays. And I checked with McPherson too, and they don't recognize these holidays. Since all of our businesses are open downtown, I'm against it.
That's fine.
Anybody else?
I agree.
Chris, what's your thoughts?
I would like to see us recognize Martin Luther King Day. The other 2, not nearly as committed.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think we should recognize Martin Luther King birthday. What you two thought about that?
But the other towns aren't recognizing it,
Peabody, Florence, and McPherson do not recognize it. Hillsborough does.
So it's just the one holiday is what
That they,
we would be discussing. I know it does create an issue with trash service. I mean, we can't take the trash to the transfer station. That would be one day that would be out of the way. And it is dangerous to have that trash sitting on a trash truck, without being done. That does create a problem.
I know when we have holidays, just for your information, when we have holidays that the county is closed, but we are open, 100% of the confusion that week is trash service. It's not necessarily, if we're open, if we're closed like that, but it's trash service. And it's just hard, they don't understand why we aren't picking it up because we're open, but we have nowhere to dump it.
Right.
So, I mean, it does cause a lot of confusion and phone calls and stuff like that.
Anybody wanna make a motion?
I got one more question.
Okay.
If we added 1 or more holidays in this yellow box, it says, the financial impact's net zero, the employee would just be coded benefit versus actual hours worked.
Right, because we do not pay part-timers any kind of holiday pay. So a full-timer, even hourly, you're gonna have 8 hours compensation. The difference, yes, you're getting work and benefit if it's not a holiday. But the net on the overall finances, payroll, expenditure, it's just a coding system within.
So we'd still be, we're paying for it whether that they're working or not, is what you're saying.
Correct.
well, how do the employees that have to actually work on those days feel about it? like the police department. You know, they can't take off the whole day.
Right, I mean, they receive, if they work on a holiday, can you guys hear me? I feel like I can't. What's this? The PD, obviously, someone's on call 24/7, no matter what day it is, what time of year. If you are required to work on a holiday, you receive holiday pay, which is double pay. If we have an emergency or, storm come through or something on a holiday, our crews are required to, come out and tend to whatever needs to be done on that day. And they receive the 8 hours holiday pay, and then if it's out of those 8 hours, normal working hours, then they receive double compensation for that time period, that they came out and worked.
Is this in comp time, or how do we
Yes.
pay them? Okay.
Yes, it usually is, just because we don't pay out, or we very rarely pay overtime. Everyone always just accrues comp time with. So yes, you have the option to accrue regular comp time or double time comp time.
Any further discussion? Questions? I entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve Martin Luther King Day, but not the other two.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Doesn't carry. Okay. 2021 council meeting schedule. Tiffany?
Okay, in your packets, I have prepared the 2021 council meeting schedule for everyone. And if you will notice, there were a couple of days on there, that bumped to a Tuesday meeting, and that's simply because of the Monday holidays. Otherwise, we have the budget workshops listed on there, and then the budget hearing as well. And I did not include, so I didn't include those 3 holidays. So if one of those falls on, a bank holiday for Chris, I didn't check those yet for you.
Okay. Does this you need approval for this? You
Yes.
need approval for this, okay?
Yes.
Any further questions, council? I entertain a motion to approve the 2021 council meeting schedule.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, those opposed, same sign. Motion carried 4-0. Number 10, 2021 payroll schedule. Tiffany?
In your packets as well, it's just housekeeping to take care of our pay schedule for next year. I've adjusted it for holidays as well. And so you can see all the pay schedules, the holidays are listed on the bottom there. So that all of our employees know the recognized, city holidays and which days we get for those.
Any questions from council? I'll entertain a motion to approve 2021 payroll schedule.
So,
Second?
second.
And then seconded, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Airport insurance renewal request.
Okay, in addition to our municipal coverage that we have through EMC, airport operations are always covered under a different policy. EMC doesn't insure the airport, liability, operations, the extended coverage, malpractice, fire damage, so forth. And this is the first year that we've had the option to renew for 3 years and lock a price versus a 1-year renewal. The 1-year renewal is $14.95 plus $200 handling fee from our local agency. They will forego the annual renewal fee if we sign up for the 3-year, and the 3-year price is $16.38. So it's the recommendation of your staff to go ahead and select the 3-year option, but we'll continue to pay it on an annual basis, but it locks the coverage for 3 years at $16.38. It saves us $53 a year by doing it that way.
Any questions, council?
Does that typically go up a little bit every year?
Yes.
In the past, when we've been on an annual?
Yeah, anywhere from 2 to 5% is what we've seen that ratchet up. We've been extremely fortunate, we've never had a claim against any of the coverages out there, but it is a necessary part for KDOT aviation and FAA.
That sounds like a good deal for us. We're locking the price in for 3 years, plus we're saving $200 a year annual fee from the insurer.
Well, I move to approve the 3-year renewal. I don't need to read the rest of
That's good. Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Cole Street Addition sewer petition. Randy.
Thank you. In your packets this evening, you should see a petition from the 2 owners of the 9 lots that we're now calling the Cobble Edition. City of Marion owns lots 1 through 5, and Strawn Homes owns lots 6 through 9. The petitioners are asking for a special improvement district to assess the cost of putting in the sewer line that the city expended $64,520, and the petitioners are asking that to be recovered over a special improvement district.
You guys, any questions?
I should mention that, the offset for the eventual homeowners for the first 5 years, there will be an offset from the neighborhood revitalization program that we've applied for on their behalf, and the builder transfers that to the owners. That's the county program, the sliding tax rebate program.
Entertain a motion to approve the Cobble Street Addition sewer petition.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried 4-0.
Thank you.
Number 13, resolution 20-15, Cobble Street Addition Special Improvement District.
Yes, there should also have been in your packets the resolution that would allow us to assess against each tract. I think that the way that it's been divided up is, instead of doing it square footage, there were 9 tracts, so we divided the price 9 by 9, and I think spread over 10 years, is that correct?
Correct.
Right, and so, if you agree to this, then we would just ask that you approve this resolution. It will be published in the paper once, and then we'll get it to the county clerk's office. We've missed the deadline for the 2020 taxes, but they'll start collecting in 2021.
Okay. Council have any questions? I entertain a motion to approve resolution 20-15, Cobble Street Addition Special Improvement District.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Number 14, Expedition Wind Update and Request. Randy and Pat?
Thank you. In your packets tonight for discussion is a request from, and Pat, if I'm misstating the corporate name here, from Expedition Wind to, again, amend the sales agreement that we have with Expedition Wind for the sale of the property at 828 North Roosevelt. The situation is this, there was still one plaintiff's, action that the court finally acted on. There was a hearing Friday, that would have been, I'm doing the math on
Once you
that.
let Pat do that.
Okay, I'll let
You know
Pat
the
do
far
that.
better than that.
Yeah, but, at any rate, I've asked Pat to be here with us tonight, and I'm gonna let him lay out the request specifically.
Mayor, members of the council, Pat Pellstring with National Renewable Solutions, project company here at Expedition Wind. First, Jesse Hopkins Wool is generally, I think I was here one evening with him, but he's generally here with you, so he gets all the fun of working directly with you. But sincerely want to say thank you for your patience working with us. This building will work very well for the project. You're, I think, well aware that we've had a series of legal issues over the last 4 to 6 months, which has delayed the project. I can tell you that with a very, very high level of confidence, we think those issues are behind us. And we are proceeding quickly to put the project in the ground. I would expect it is probably still somewhere between 30 to 60 days as we do final wetlands delineation, final engineering, and make sure that we've got enough turbines to fully meet the obligation. Your commitment to move forward on the fiber was very, very helpful. To have a O&M facility that's a little bit remote from the rest of the site is a little unusual, but we've worked with 3 other projects where it has actually worked out very, very well. And as you can appreciate, the energy sold in these projects now is not particularly high, and so every dollar that we can reduce out of our project cost is worthwhile, and this facility helped us in that manner. But we do need to keep the facility live in terms of the data 100% of the time. And so having the fiber, having access to fiber, I think has been very, very helpful. We understand we're asking for an additional extension. You folks have been very, very patient with that. We appreciate this. Part of the extension, I think, is to meet the match, the $16,000 match. And should you grant the extension that we're asking to get to the closing towards the end of February, we would provide that $16,000 match essentially immediately. So I'm happy to answer any specific questions.
When do you want the extension? What's the dates of the extension you have?
What's in the contract now is February 26, 2021. And based on everything, all the schedules we're working on now, that works just fine.
Okay.
Okay.
The contract does state on or before, so if, I'm assuming if you get everything locked down, you can close sooner or not?
We'll all be happy if it's before. I guarantee that.
Okay.
We've got 120 landowners and we're working through final agreements with them, but I think we all want to get started as quickly as possible. We've selected a contractor. We're going through the detail with that contractor currently. And all of that hopefully will be public in the next 30 days.
And the 16,000 is what we're projecting the cost of our matching contribution, or is that for?
Right, on the fiber optic project that we did through the grant from the state, the cash match was $16,000, from our side of the project. And Pat and his company is willing to cover that for us on the grant. And that way the park will be, both the business park and the industrial park then will have the fiber optic trunk line through it for any business that needs to connect.
Yeah, we understand it provides some benefit above and beyond our project, and we're happy to participate to that extent, especially given, how you guys have supported us and worked with us, so.
I still have a question about property taxes, since this was supposed to be completed in November, who assumes the property tax?
The city of Marion's the owner of record will end up paying the property tax.
Again, okay.
For some reason, I don't have a copy of that.
You wanna see mine, Dave?
Well, for some reason, I didn't get it online.
It's actually just an addendum to an amendment to the sales contract.
It's the page, Dave, behind it. The other way.
Okay. Do I, any further discussion by the council? Yeah, I saw that on Chris. Is there any further questions by the council? I entertain a motion to approve the addendum to the current contract.
So moved.
Second? Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
Ruth, I want to read that.
Oh, well, sorry, you're supposed to read 25, Jerry.
No, that I moved. That sounds better.
Oh, I see, okay. You wanted to do
I'm
it.
sorry.
Well, that's all right. You're fine. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We welcome your business.
Thank you for the contribution.
Indeed.
At this point, I'd entertain any, information the council may have they want to express or share.
I have a question.
Go right ahead.
It was a water line agreed, is that levy this week?
Yes, the
What day?
19th, the 19th.
Thursday,
Thursday.
Thursday.
11 o'clock.
What time?
11.
Oh, that works. Thursday is 11.